Hi guys, finally somebody is talking about how immigration as an issue is a political dead end for both the Conservatives and the Labour Party in their attempt to out-Farage. By focusing on immigration, they're engaging in a sort of dance of death, as Zoe Williams, a journalist from The Guardian, explains here when she spoke to Channel 4. And it's distracting people from the issues that really impact them. Have a listen.
The media and the politicians are in some kind of dance of death where they won't talk about anything except immigration, and they try and kind of game each other to more and more extreme positions. All three of you are talking as though deportations are only suggested for people who are here illegally. That's always been true, that people who get refused asylum get deported. Nobody's ever disagreed with that. But we're talking about, Reform has ideas about when you're here legally. The Tories have ideas about being deported if you've ever claimed a benefit. We're talking about an absolutely febrile environment in which, obviously then, when people are asked what the biggest issues are, they always say immigration because that's all that the authorities ever discuss. However, when you ask people what the most important thing to them is always cost of living, NHS, sometimes a little bit of social care if they're in the older brackets, sometimes a little bit of crime, especially among women. It's not, people aren't saying this issue is salient to them. They're responding to the political climate. Consequently, every time we say, how is the left ever going to have a viable policy around immigration when the public's attitudes are really, really hardening, this is a self-fulfilling fallacy, and it's really dispiriting to watch.
She's completely correct. And I keep saying this. The more the Labour Party in particular, the Labour government, focus on immigration, the more they're helping Nigel Farage. Because Farage will always have a more extreme position. He'll say, well, you're planning to deport people who are in the country illegally. We're going to deport everyone. Okay, we're going to deport anyone who's come into the country at all. We're going to start deporting the descendants of immigrants. We're going to start deporting anyone we don't like the look of. He can always go to a more extreme position, and what he does is he moves the window in that direction, and of course the Labour Party, the Labour government and the Conservatives in particular start following him, trying to present even more extreme positions. And it's a road to ruin. See, a massive problem here is that the Labour government seem to think, okay, if we act tough on immigration, we're going to be able to thwart Nigel Farage. But what Farage is able to do as well, he can move to a more extreme position, but he can also blame all problems on immigration. So he can say, look, the Labour Party want to get rid of asylum seekers or people in the country illegally. Okay, but what's that going to do? When it comes to housing? How are they going to fix housing? How are they going to fix the cost of living crisis? How are they going to fix the NHS? So if the NHS is not improving, if people don't see it improving, if people don't see more houses being built or more access to housing being made available, if they don't see the situation improving for them, all Farage has to do is, it's the problem of the government, but also immigration. So while Labour may think they're onto something by fixing immigration, in quotations, they'll never be able to out-Farage, but they'll also be always in a position where anything that's bad happening within the economy, bad happening to ordinary people, they'll try and explain, well, we're trying to fix it, we're trying to deal with it. All Farage has to do, or people like Farage, is say, well, the problem is immigration. And the Labour Party have not resolved it, so you need to vote for us. This is the massive problem when you focus on immigration, because it's something that can either never be fixed if you're a Farage supporter, unless Nigel Farage gets in, or it's something that there'll always be a more extreme position to go to on immigration. So it's idiotic to try and challenge Farage on immigration. You need to start talking about other issues. And as Zoe pointed out here, start talking about the issues that truly impact people. The cost of living crisis, the NHS and social care if it's an older generation or people who are concerned about their parents or grandparents. This is what you should be focusing on, not immigration. If you're able to improve the situation for ordinary people, they will come back and vote for you. If you keep banging on about immigration and the media feed into that, the media will talk about what politicians are talking about, and politicians will talk about whatever the media are talking about. So you need to break this cycle. If Nigel Farage is talking about immigration, you need to start talking about how you're going to improve people's lives. Stop talking about immigration. The people you're hoping to win over, some of them will never vote for you. But you need to hold on to people who are considering voting for you, and they will vote for you if you improve their lives. Nothing you can do on immigration will improve will convince the people who vote for Farage to vote for you. But people who are sitting on the fence, people who are upset about the current situation and are considering voting for reform, not on the issue of immigration, but on the cost of living crisis, on the NHS, because they want to give the government a bloody nose, because they're upset with corruption or whatever within politics. If those people are considering voting for reform, it's not about immigration. Farage can sell them immigration as a tool, but they will be more likely to vote for you if you improve their situation. You'll be able to win those people away from Nigel Farage. But if you keep talking about immigration, you're not going to. So you need to break this cycle. And unfortunately, I don't see a lot of action when it comes to that. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. I'll see you in the next video.